Yo, so before I go to working on the deluxe version of White WP, it's gonna be like at least 17, 19 tracks total, including what's already out. So I got like 11, 12 more tracks to do at least. I'm trying to do it like a Meet the Woo type shit, man, where some shit you're gonna be like, damn, this free? You know what I'm saying? So, quick. First off, I'm gonna just rattle this shit off because I had this in a way more congested way before. I'm just rattle it off quick this time. First off, okay, buy wood instruments now if you do music. Okay? Trees grow. So that investment, it's going to go really high in like 10 years. 7 to 10. Okay? It's going to start to go high in about 3 to 5. Right now is the time to buy for the low. And it's mainly them woods that come from the rainforest, like koa or palfero, babinga, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, do that now. Next, be aware, there's probably a strong federal presence on YouTube in multiple branches. I'm just gonna say that because, okay, I didn't want to believe it was more than probably just Vlad and, maybe one or two other people. Till I started seeing like people doing worse than Vlad. Like, and where I think, Vlad is the feds at is like, think about wearing a wire and a camera. You're just putting it in the room with them. Hollywood, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you give motherfuckers some drugs or something, they're not going to be thinking what they're saying. A lot of these motherfuckers got too much pride to put that shit to the side. There's a financial benefit to the government in locking you up. Please believe me. Okay? Please believe me. Okay? Think about why the South can have chain gangs. Think about why certain Midwest states have chain gangs. Yeah. Okay? You free until you go your ass to prison. Think about the Patriot Act. Why does that exist? Why does SRG phase out, for those of you who've been up north, exist? Okay? Think about Jim Jones, the rapper, right? If you look at a gang structure, it's always in a pyramid. You do at the top, okay? In the Tekashi Stein case, it was Mel Murder. But who was giving Mel Murder a hit order on the phone? Who got everyone drinking the Kool-Aid with the cyanide? It was probably red. It was actually Flavor Aid in Guyana in the 70s at the People's Temple. Jim Jones. Now imagine the Kool-Aid was audio. And you just need a bunch of people to come out just saying, I'm with this side, I'm with this side, I'm with this side. And I purposely did it to the other side so that you would understand where I was going with it. Alright, I know I did to the left, but it was to represent the right. Listen, it's fucked up right now. The Matrix is no longer just your property when you go to jail, when you go to prison, when you go up the way, when you go to federal, when I go to Rhode Island. Hopefully never happens, because I'm not even doing nothing like that right now. But let me tell you, pay your taxes. And that's why I say that, because I'm going to pay my taxes. I'm going to make sure, I don't make them want to really get me, because I'm going to be very careful with what I say. And I'll make sure that when I get a large platform, I'm even more careful about it. But you got to understand, we're living in an age where informants is the new deputies. Okay? Going back to that SRG shit, right? Think about the Patriot Act and how Afghanistan was a new war, because same with Vietnam, but like there wasn't, like it was worse in some ways because as you heard motherfucking veterans say, and it was sampled in music even. You know what I'm saying? The rules of engagement had changed. Everyone was a target. If they came into our perimeter and didn't listen, we lit them up. Educational purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be aware, man, like, because I see a lot of YouTubers that is at the least informants, at the most actual detectives or agents. Maybe even AUSAs, okay? I don't have a problem with all of them, and I'm going to get into that in a second, because like I said, that's a job. I didn't say that, I said that while I was recording earlier, but yeah, it's a job, okay? Not being an informant, let me be clear, that is a choice. I can go to the grave with dignity, knowing that I went the complete opposite route. And I took less time knowing I would get less time on behalf of someone who was close to me, okay, who I knew would get football numbers. So you gotta understand, when I hear Vlad, go basically the only other place I've heard this is when I was in interrogation. The first time I ever got arrested as YO. You know what I'm saying? I was in interrogation because they wanted my uncle, and I was from out of state. And they thought I was stupid probably because I was white. So the black cops like, yo, just say, we got you right here on this picture, man. Who's this guy that you reaching in that car to right there? I said, yo, you gotta wait for that social worker to get here. She's taking forever, man. CPS gotta be, I'm a juvenile. And he looked so mad. He had like a magazine he was talking with, and he had the folder of papers in the other hand, and he threw that magazine on the table, and the white cop came in, and they walked out the room. And they did not come back till the social worker got there. And even though I was like, I have nothing to say about this. They're like, where'd you get it from? You just tell us where you got it. I was like, I made it. I produced it. I was willing to take a more serious charge. You know what I'm saying? Because if they had actually wanted to charge me with that, by my own admission, they could have. You know what I'm saying? But, so listen, understand when I hear Vlad tell Boozy about the PPP loans and another thing, don't fuck with them loans. The whole point of the stimmy was to get you motherfuckers to fuck with them loans. Fuck with that unemployment. Okay? Because they knew that the ones who was eligible would get used to a lifestyle that wasn't, really what they was able to afford. And they knew that the ones who was uneligible would think they was eligible just because they would think it was straight when the money went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit, the money hit. Yeah, we're good. And yeah, okay, I knew it was a go. I know it was, if we got the money, we're good. We're not. And we're, 6 a.m., boom, boom, boom. Open up, IRS. Search warrant. Seizure warrant. You know what I'm saying? It's what happens, man. The government is a setup. It is a setup. Now, our government makes it so you kind of have to opt in to options of that setup. And we got to keep it that way. And we got to remember, equity is not equality. I'm all for reparations. I'm not going to say what they should or shouldn't be. I'm going to just say that we got to make sure we maintain equality. Because remember, the only place you hear equity apply that term is in a loan with a bank. Meaning, any type of reparations they giving you involving equity is not going to be what you think it is. And this country has shown time and time again, when they can screw over one, I'm not even going to say black people, but that's the minority group I'm talking about mainly. It's really, I think, all minority groups. When they can screw over minority groups, you are lucky if they steal your country. And this is talking about half my ancestors. You are lucky if they steal your country and then give you little ass slivers of it back 250 years later. 400 fucking years later. That's why I got that thing up on that fucking door right there. That's why I don't celebrate Columbus Day. I don't have no problem with people who don't have that lineage celebrate Columbus Day. But that's my personal ancestry. I'm not going, celebrate why I don't look red no more. You know what I'm saying? Why I only look pinkish salmon red in the summertime or look Hispanic in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. I'm going to tell you, there's only one person who I think is a federal agent on YouTube that I respect, okay? Because when Vlad did that with the Boozy and the PPP loan and pictures, I think there was pictures. This guy here, you know what I'm saying? I've only heard motherfuckers talk like that and then when they're D's in interrogation. Okay? I at least respect that Vlad said, okay, if you don't want to talk about it, I understand. Okay? But then he gonna try to encourage you to talk about some dumb shit, like beef or something that he have no business talking about. I think one of the worst ones is Adam 22, because I've seen him basically do the connecting the dots for motherfuckers with the camera right there. Remember, when you get caught, you caught usually in that type of way by wiring a camera. The wire in the fucking camera is the phone. The wire in the fucking camera is the camera that's in the room during that interview. You see what I'm saying? Be safe, man. Do the right thing, and remember, we gotta make smart choices, man. The 80s should, I wouldn't even lie there, but I know the 80s should show motherfuckers, when it comes to fucking motherfuckers over and making it look like it's a good deal at first, the U.S. government does that shit phenomenally. Okay? CoffeeZilla is probably the only one who's possibly or probably a federal agent that I have some level of respect for because he carries himself like he's a detective. He literally wears the fucking uniform, says, I'm putting an investigation together. And he's not interviewing people under a false guise or a ruse. So, you know, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. And the last thing I want to touch on, I sort of touched on earlier, the shit about the secret society in the rap game, there's only 1 or 2 people in that at most, if any. The one that's always being, you know, talking about, ooh, there's only like at most two, and they're on opposite sides of the country involved in that, who are actually rappers or were at one point. And they're not married. I'm gonna be clear about that. You know, I'm gonna be very clear about that. But I think a lot of what you misconceive as that is basically federal agents and informants. I think Jim Jones was either one or the other. I don't think everyone in Dipset was. But you just got to be aware of what you're doing, what you're saying, and who you're saying it to and what you're saying in front of, man. It's a different day and age, man. Think about how in the 1900s, if you ever play Red Dead Redemption 2, motherfuckers is like Pinkertons, the Wild West, it's not the same no more. You know the whole reason the Secret Service exists is to prevent counterfeiting in the Wild West days? Song Cowboys from Hell by Pantera, that's what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was pushing fake money, they come and shoot that whole... How do you think ghost towns happen? Take it easy, y'all.